你 try 了。
So, good evening, Miss Lee. So, firstly, can you introduce yourself, your position in the company, and the name of your company?
Good evening, Kevin. My name is Christine Lee. I'm the managing director of medi-life,
Okay.
Sendram Berhad. So medi-life is the trading company, distributor for medical device product and services in Malaysia.
Okay, so the first question will be how your organization began and what is the current status of your company?
So the medi-life was incorporated in year 2008. We started with a headcount of 4 people. So it has been 30 years we are in business. At the present moment, we have a staff strength of around 80 people, 4 offices throughout Malaysia. We have HQ headquarter in Shah Alam, and an office in Penang, Sarawak, and Sabah. And up and coming will be Johor Bahru.
Okay. So the current status is your company earning profit or is this still growing?
It is making profit. It has been making profit, but of course it's also still growing.
Okay. So you are one of the founder of the company. So can you describe 3 main characteristic or personality of yourself that you can show to young entrepreneurs?
Well, I think for anyone to be successful as an entrepreneur, what I believe are the most important traits or personality will be first, of course, the attitude. Must have the right attitude and hardworking, of course, willing to learn and to work hard. And lastly, discipline. So these are among, all others, these 3, I believe, are the most important characteristic a person should have in order to be successful.
Okay, so the next question is, every company have faced some problem and difficulties every day. And do you think there is any problem or difficulties that your company is currently facing?
I think being in business, there is always challenges. Different phase, we have different challenges. So at this point of time, I think the biggest challenges is the competition. Competition is becoming more intense compared to before. It has always there's always competition. There is no doubt. But I think at this point of time, due to the technology, people can access to information more easily. So when, for instance, if they want to buy something, they can just go online and check, the prices, what brands, and so on. So people has increasingly be able to access to all this information where they used to make the purchase decision. Hence, I believe among all others, this is one of the most visible or rather the biggest challenge that we are facing.
Okay. So the last question is, as you are establishing the company, is there any external or internal forces that influence it? External forces can be economy, government policy, your customer and your supplier, or maybe your competition with other business. And internal can be the money and resources, or your employee, or maybe your company culture.
All right. Of course, with the pandemic or the situation all countries are facing, or rather Malaysia is also facing. The 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 biggest challenge, or rather what we are facing, is when you see we serve both all the hospitals, medical device equipment for all the hospitals. So what happened is that both government and private, of course, what happened is during pandemic, when the allocation, or rather the money the government originally intend to allocate to purchase certain equipment, is or has been switched to buy COVID related equipment. So in that sense, then the purchase which we expect to happen this year is no longer happening. That is one. So allocation of the budget by government, of course, because of the pandemic situation, they have been switched to COVID related, meaning to say the same money that they are supposed to purchase our equipment is no longer there. There is one external factor that impact us. The private hospital, they are facing the same thing because of the patient. I think business of the private hospital is also impacted by the pandemic, meaning to say the patient, they will either drag. If let's say it is we cater mostly for surgical procedure. So if, for instance, patient can drag, or rather they do not have to go in immediately to do the surgery, they will tend to drag it. Hence, the business of the hospital is impacted. And also because of the restriction in traveling, certain hospital, especially those in Malacca, Johor, or Penang, they used to have Indonesian patient. And certain hospital who have the medical healthcare, they can no longer, medical tourism, where they expect a foreign patient, that did not take place as well. So with all these, the private hospital will cut down their spending. So unless, they really need the equipment, they are not buying it. So this is, as it's a result of the pandemic, which caused the purchase either delay or not happening, which of course then affect us in that sense that we are not able to generate the business. So that is on the external. Whilst in internal, I think one of the most visible situation we are facing is that because of the pandemic, the customer, let's say surgeon, they try to cut down the visit, or give or granting appointment to our salespeople. So a lot of marketing activity or promotional activity are not did not happen as it used to. So when that happened, it will, of course, then the sales and everything else will not take place, because there is basically no promotional activity, because we are not allowed to visit the hospital. So we have the resources, we have the people, we have the a location, but it's just that we are not allowed to conduct activity due to the situation. So that is the biggest impact as far as business is concerned.
I see. And I think that is all for the interview. Thank you for your time, Miss Lee.
No problem. All right.
All right.
Thank you, Kelvin.
You.
All right. Bye.
Bye.